Hey guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. In this video, we are going to be talking about basically what's the most popular front-end framework and which one should you learn now in 2020, okay? Now, if you want to get the answer of which one exactly you should learn, especially from, coming from me and coming from the results, what I would say is watch the whole video. Okay, so let's get started. This is actually going to be live. All right, so shout out to everybody who's going to be here live on the chat room. So let's get started. All right, so there's three frameworks, right? Especially with JavaScript, right, that are super popular when it comes to the web, and they are React, Angular, and Vue.js. Okay, React is made by Facebook, Angular is made by Google, and Vue.js is made by a talented developer. And now it's basically a huge community, but the creator is even you. He also was a ex-Google developer, so it could have. You could basically say it's by Google, basically too, because there's another dude from Google. Okay, shout out to him. All right, so let's get started. All right, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna actually look at Google Trends. All right, so let's start this here. So let's do this live. All right, cool. So this is Google Trends, right? We're not going to search for React. We're not going to search for Angular. We're not going to search for Vue. We're going to search specifically for JS, right? We're basically putting in on the title, searching the term React.js, Angular.js, Vue.js, especially because React shows up for a whole bunch of things. React music videos, or React trailers, or this and that. It's gonna mess up the data. Okay, same thing for Angular. When you see Angular, it's gonna come up with a whole bunch of things that have to do with math, and it's just like it's gonna mess it up. So let's just keep it simple. So we have React.js, Angular.js, and we have Vue.js here. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is the charts that we have. Basically, since the beginning, you'll see that React.js is basically taking over, right? It's been taking over for a while as the #1 framework when it comes to either, let's go to the web search, right? Before we begin to the YouTube. But for the web, right, it's very simple. You'll see that React just takes over, right? There's way more people searching for React.js than Angular.js or Vue.js. Okay. Now, when it comes to Angular.js, before Angular.js used to have a big lead on Vue.js, but because Vue.js is a mixture of React and Angular, and at the same time, Vue has also been picking up like the best thing of both frameworks. Now we could pretty much say that Vue and Angular are on the same point as far as Google search results, right? At the same time, let's go into YouTube, right, which is pretty much the second biggest search engine out there. So we can see some numbers, right? And you'll see that a lot of people are searching for React. And again, you'll see that Angular and Vue.js, they're going head to head. So they're pretty much the same when it comes to the popularity of people searching for them on Google and on YouTube. All right. Now we can go in and move on to some more technical things, but let's just keep it simple, kids, right? So let's talk about the jobs, right? Nobody else here cares about anything else other than jobs. So and getting some money, right? That's what you're here for. You're wondering, hey, which one should I learn? Which one should I focus on? Guys, focus on the one that has the job. So let's just get started with this. So if we search for React, right, just by itself, you'll see that React by itself. Okay, let's go back. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, we're pressing back too much. Okay, so if we search for React, we could see like literally there's 41,000 jobs, right? But they could be mixed with a whole bunch of other things because React is a common word. So if we come here and say, okay, let's search for React.js, we have about 4,500 jobs, all throughout the United States, right? So all of this that you're seeing here is jobs here in the US. Okay, again, let's go into Angular. And let's actually search for this. Okay. Now, when we search for Angular, again, this is one of those situations where when you search for job listings, you're going to find that there's a lot of companies that use Angular. It could be Angular 8. It could be Angular 9. It could be Angular 7. It could be Angular 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, to whatever is out there, right? Whatever number Angular might have, they might put it on the titles, they might put it on the description, etc., right? So we could go in here and search by Angular, right? And at this point, Angular has way more jobs, all right? Way more jobs than React, okay? So this one has 4,500, and this one is like 10,000 jobs. But when we narrow it down to JS, we could see that it has about 4,000 jobs specifically for Angular JS, okay, which just basically puts everything under that umbrella of Angular, okay? So again, if we search for Angular, you'll see like 10,000. If you search for Angular JS specifically, you're gonna find way more jobs. But if we was to go by that, right, and we was to search React by itself, the numbers could get a little bit crazy. There's 41,000 jobs, you know, take that with a grain of salt, okay? If we go into Vue.js and we start looking into this, right, we search for Vue. Vue is not something that people are using, like VUE, right, as a term. It's not something that a lot of people use. So this is more precise as far as like the type of jobs that's out there for it. So you can see React and Angular have some really big numbers. Vue.js has 2,886. Okay, let's just say it's like half of whatever jobs you might find for React or Angular. Okay, now if we come in here and we do this little trick, which is search by the title like this, right? And we search specifically for React, right? And this is like when you want to search for a job and you want to say, okay, I want this job to be React.js. I don't want you to be like, well, we're looking for a front-end developer, but we're actually going to put in 30,000 different technologies and frameworks and libraries. We want to specifically do it for React, okay? If you want to do that, all you have to do is search search title, React, and that's going to search the title itself. Okay, that shows you specifically how many jobs are there for that specific thing that you're searching for, right? Sorry, man, can't speak. So yeah, so you guys can see 620 jobs. Very simple. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing for Angular. Okay, I'm gonna say Angular JS just like that, and you'll see there's 176 jobs specific to Angular JS. Okay. Or let's search for Angular. Okay, there's 543 jobs. So this one's a little bit more, more the actual number for Angular jobs. So as you guys can see, this one is 620 and this one is 543. Okay, so again, even though you might see that React.js has a huge lead when people are searching for it or whatever is trending, you'll see that React is trending way more than Angular. Angular is an old framework, right? They updated it, right? And they try to make it a little bit better, once React came out. But at the same time, there's a lot of legacy code out there and a lot of companies that's still using Angular 1, believe it or not. And even at that, you'll see that they pretty much have like the same type of jobs, right? Almost, it's 543. This one was what? 620. React is beating it by this much. Okay, either way, right, if you're going for the jobs, if you learn React or Angular, you're fine, right? You're good to go no matter what, right? You're still gonna find jobs for React or Angular. It doesn't matter where you go in the United States, you're always gonna find jobs for those two things. Okay, now let's go into Vue.js. Again, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna search title, right, specifically to the title. And this is the biggest difference, okay? This is the biggest difference because, as you guys can see, right, look at the numbers that React and Angular have, right? 620, right? 543 jobs specifically for those technologies, right? Those frameworks, okay? When you search for Vue.js by title, meaning that they're looking for a specific Vue.js developer, it's a huge difference from 600 and 500 to 33 jobs all over the US. Moment of silence. Yes. And there it goes, kids, right? So I mean, what more can I say? You know what I mean? Moment of silence for Vue.js. It's a great framework, guys. Like, I really love the new one that's coming out, or you know, the Vue 3, right? There's a lot of good things that Vue has that I wish React and Angular had, right? But at the same time, like, we can freaking shy away from the real numbers that's out here. Okay, if you're a junior developer, you're trying to learn, right, and you're trying to get a job, you know, it's like, yeah, you could learn Vue.js, right? You could go ahead and try to learn it and have fun with it. I think it's a great framework. You know, you could have fun, you could build some hobby projects and things like that. But if you're a junior developer and you've never worked before, have zero experience, you have to learn the things that is going to get you a job. That's what I would say that you should focus. Okay. So now the next thing that we have here, right? What else we got here? What else do we have here for you guys? Okay. So we're going to just do a couple of search results through YouTube, right? And just to see, like, this is more like a number that you can get out of this as far as like views, right? So this is just something extra that I like to search for. Okay, so for me, I like to search for React.js, right? Search React.js, and I'm using something called TubeBuddy, which is gonna give me the data for specifically for React.js. Right? So for maximum views, the video that has maximum views, right, is 2.2 million views. Okay. Average views for React.js videos is 407,000 views. Okay, that's like an average. Okay, and let's say this is the average year is like 1 year. Okay, so this is the data that you're getting from here from YouTube. Now let's search for Angular.js. All right, if we search for this, you could see that for Angular.js, the maximum views is really like 1.8. So again, React has way more views than Angular. Okay, it's beating it in that sense, right? In that whole standard. But at the same time, it's like neck to neck. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, this is almost the same thing as jobs, right? Where people are searching for it, right? And they're watching tutorials, they're watching videos because they're looking for job opportunities, right? And as you guys can see, this is very similar. One had like 2 million, this one has like 1.8. So it's neck to neck. React is beating it a little bit more, but Angular is not that far behind, right? Now let's talk about Vue.js, okay? And let's do that, okay? So there we go. So when it comes to Vue.js, maximum views is 718,000 views, okay? So is it that far off? A little bit. It's pretty much half of like what Angular has, half of what React has. You know what I mean? So yes, it's popular, and you might see this like if you search for let's say something like GitHub, and you go to GitHub, you might see maybe Vue.js might have more stars than React, or React might have more stars than Vue.js, or Angular might have more stars than Vue.js, but those things don't really add up when it comes to what's really happening out here with the industry. Okay, so never go by stars, right? This is something that I learned a long time ago. I realized, hey, how do I use GitHub, right? When I see a project, there's a lot of times that I see a cool project that I never gonna use. I like it. I feel like the person, whoever built it, is pretty cool, and they build something interesting, and I give it a star. Do I use it in my day-to-day coding? No, right? Have I used it? A lot of times I give stars to things that I never used. And that's what happens on GitHub, right? People go in and give stars like a bookmark. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now, again, since you already lasted this long and you've been hanging out with me here live, right? Let's talk about it. Which one should I be using? Which one should I pick? Which one should I be focusing on, right? And I'm gonna give you guys my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. This is not, concrete. This is not, like, you could be like, who the hell is this guy to give an opinion? This is just my opinion. You get what I'm saying? Right? But from the numbers, because what I care about is opportunities, right? And I care about the money, right? How am I going to get paid? I'm going to learn this new technology. Is it going to be worth it? Am I going to spend the next 2-3 months learning something and then I can't even find a job with it? Then if it comes down to it, I'm going with React. That's it. Okay. One thing that I noticed, and even right now, a lot of people have talked about how, Vue.js is a great framework, and it is great, man. I don't want to knock it. I feel like Vue.js at the beginning was literally, the best of React and the best of Angular. Originally was whatever was the best thing of Angular, that's what Vue.js was. Then Vue 2 was pretty much whatever was the best of React and Angular, then that was Vue 2. Now Vue 3 is, it's like a grown kid now, right? It's definitely grown. It has a huge community, right? It's as powerful as any of the other two frameworks, but companies are not gravitating to it, okay? One thing that you will find when it comes to Vue.js is that a lot of the people that's using it is usually like in the community of Laravel. You might find it in, certain companies that, some guy want to be adventurous and be like, hey guys, that landing page, we could build that in Vue.js. Guys, yeah, you're going to find Vue.js in websites and in companies, but you're not going to say, hey man, we have the Vue team. That's not a norm. You get what I'm saying? That's not the normal thing. They might have like a React team, the Angular team, the front end developer, but there's not like a team of like, this is a Vue team. Like that doesn't exist, guys. Okay, there might be like one or two off companies, but that doesn't exist. As you guys can see, the jobs is there. There's like 500, 600 jobs, with React and Angular, and there's like 33 all over the whole United States. So again, people do use it, but 33 jobs, I don't know. For me, if I'm going to choose a framework, I'm going to choose the one that I have more opportunities to use and one that I'm seeing more companies using. You know what I'm saying? So for example, like even right now, I recently signed up to, I think what was a HBO Max, and HBO Max is built with React. You get what I'm saying? Like pretty much every single new service that's coming out, almost every single one, they're not choosing Angular. They're not choosing Vue.js. They're choosing React. And again, is React the best framework? Technically, probably not. But we're not talking about, technically, which one's the best one, which one has the best feature, which one is more optimized, which one, you know what I'm saying? Because if we go by that, then we're choosing Svelte, right? If you guys don't know about this one, this is a little homework for you guys. Search for Svelte, okay? Svelte is a front-end framework, right? If you want to choose something by, by speed and the way how it is, how everything works, is it smooth, etc. Even the API, the way everything works on it, right? If I was to tell you, hey man, we're gonna go technically, which one's the best one? Personally, I would say Svelte is the best one out of all four of them. But at the end of the day, we're not here talking about what's the most technical one, which one's the best one. We're not talking about that in this video. We're talking about which one is the most popular and which one you should choose. Okay. So again, what I would say is choose React. It's the safe way. Okay. If you find yourself, you're living in one of those cities where it's super corporate and there's only corporate companies, then I would say go with Angular because that's what they use. Okay. And you can pretty much look at this and see it to Google Trends, right? If you search by React.js, AngularJS, Vue.js, you'll start noticing that if you're looking here, right? Let's see. All right, let me see if I bring this up. Okay, AngularJS has a big stronghold in certain states, right? Where there's a lot of different how you call this, like industries that are more corporate. Okay, like you'll see New Jersey, right? You might see things like Iowa, right? Arkansas, you might see Kansas, you might see Nevada, Utah, right? Washington, right? When we go into Vue.js, it's very similar, right? But this is just by search results. Okay, this is just by search results. All right, by interest. All right, but again, you got to do your own research, right? I don't know where you live. I don't know what state you live at, right? I don't know what city you live in right now, where you take your hat at. You know what I mean? I don't know where you at. I really don't, right? So what I can do for you is just do like an estimate, do like an overview, right? Of, which one is the best one that you should choose for a better opportunity to get more jobs or to get into the industry. Because most likely if you're searching for this, you are a junior developer. Most guys that are mid-level, senior level developers, they're not searching for this type of content or this type of videos. They might see it and they're like, oh my God, another front end, the top 10 front end frameworks or another this and that. I don't click on any type of this type of videos, right? Because I already know, like, from being in the industry, like, which one people are choosing. But usually the junior developer that's just getting into the industry is the one that's worried about this type of topics, okay? So if you are a junior developer, do your research, right? Do your research, search in your state, search in your area, exactly how I showed you guys right here through Indeed.com, right? If you want to find out specifically what type of jobs is there, search it like that. Title, right? And then put in React, okay? That's going to, return you back all of the different jobs that are specific to that topic. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like right now, for you, just for shits and giggles, let's search jQuery, right? see who's out here hiring people for jQuery specifically. Like, yo, we need the best jQuery guy that we can find, right? So as you can see, look at this old ass stack. jQuery, Angular JS is probably the first Angular, right? And they're like, Cold Fusion. Like, who's using Cold Fusion, my dude? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so as you guys can see, look, jQuery engineer. Like, I don't know. When the last time you seen that, right? When have you seen a jQuery engineer? Like, that sounds crazy. All right? So this is for old shits and giggles, right? But like I said, guys, do your own research. Search, okay? Choose by the one that has the jobs in your area, okay? You might live in a town where everybody's using Laravel, right? And everybody in that area is hiring developers that know Laravel and Vue.js. So it will be stupid of you to go in and choose React or Angular,